This is the life story of Charlie Kirk, a founder of Turning Point USA, who was shot on the 10th of September 2025 during a Prove Me Wrong debate event at Utah Valley University. Charles James Kirk was born on October 14, 1993, in the Chicago suburb of Arlington Heights. His father is an architect, and his mother is a former trader who later worked as a mental health counselor. Kirk was raised in a politically engaged household. His father was a major donor to Mitt Romney's 2012 presidential campaign. During his school years, Kirk was a member of the Boy Scouts of America and earned the rank of Eagle Scout, which helped him develop strong leadership skills. He also experienced a political awakening in middle school, where he read books by economist Milton Friedman and became increasingly drawn to the principles of the Republican Party. In 2010, Kirk volunteered for the successful U.S. Senate campaign of an Illinois Republican. Around that time, he began listening to the Rush Limbaugh Show, a well-known conservative talk radio program. In his senior year, he organized a boycott of cookies in the school cafeteria to protest a price increase. He also wrote an essay for Breitbart News about liberal bias in high school textbooks, which led to his first media appearance on Fox Business at the age of 17. After finishing school, Kirk applied to a U.S. military academy, but was rejected in 2012. Later, he enrolled at Harper College in the U.S., but he dropped out after one semester because he wanted to become a full-time politician. In May 2012, the 18-year-old Kirk gave a speech at Benedictine University that caught the attention of Bill Montgomery, a Tea Party activist. Montgomery was impressed and encouraged Kirk to start an organization. A month later, they co-founded Turning Point USA. The same year, Kirk met Foster Frias, a former investment manager and prominent Republican donor, and persuaded him to finance the organization. Kirk remained the executive director, chief fundraiser, and public face of Turning Point USA. From 2013 to 2015, Kirk visiting different college campuses to debate ideological opponents, typically students, and persuade them to consider conservative candidates. Videos of these debates went viral, helping Turning Point grow into one of the country's largest political organizations. Eventually, Turning Point started holding massive rallies, where top conservative leaders addressed tens of thousands of young voters. By 2016, Kirk and TPUSA were openly supporting Donald Trump's presidential run, which gave the organization a major boost. In the following years, Kirk launched initiatives like Turning Point Action, 2019, focused on voter mobilization, and Turning Point Faith, which connected conservative politics with religion. His mission consistently centered on influencing young voters, especially on college campuses, where he became one of the loudest voices backing Donald Trump during both the 2016 and 2020 elections. During this time, he also became a regular voice in conservative media, using podcasts, speeches, and interviews to promote his message even further. So, while Charlie Kirk never held public office, his influence in American politics is undeniable. He built a platform that mobilized millions of young conservatives and gave them a powerful voice in national debates. However, with his rise in influence came growing controversies. In 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Kirk used social media to spread false information and conspiracy theories about the virus, questioning its severity and criticizing lockdowns. That same year, ProPublica investigated Turning Point's finances and found that the organization had made misleading financial claims. ProPublica also reported that Kirk's salary from Turning Point USA had increased from $27,000 to nearly $300,000, and that he had purchased an $855,000 condo in Florida. Charlie Kirk didn't just rise to fame because of his organization and debates. He also became widely known for his controversial views, which often divided America. One of the biggest controversies came from his comments on race and identity. Kirk openly criticized the Black Lives Matter movement, calling it divisive. He also argued that affirmative action is unfair. On immigration, Kirk took a hardline stance, opposing illegal immigration and warning that mass immigration could threaten American culture and jobs. He often referenced the Great Replacement theory. Kirk was also vocal on transgender rights. He described gender fluidity as a political trick and opposed transgender athletes competing in women's sports. On Islam, Kirk has been openly critical. He claimed that Islam is not compatible with Western civilization, and even went as far as calling it the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America. In the Israel-Palestine conflict, Kirk always stood with Israel. He cited scriptural land rights and once dismissed Palestine completely, saying, "I don't think the place exists." Kirk's position on abortion is equally hardline. He repeatedly called abortion murder. On gun rights, Kirk strongly defended the Second Amendment. He admitted that gun deaths would continue, but argued it was worth it to protect other freedoms. Finally, on the Russian invasion of Ukraine, his view was more mixed. He criticized Putin's aggression, but also questioned America's role in the war. These controversies, combined with his increasingly inflammatory rhetoric on race, immigration, and identity, made Kirk one of the most polarizing figures in America, a hero to his supporters and a villain to his critics. Just as he openly shared his views on every topic, there were also people who completely disliked his style. One of them was 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. On September 10, 2025, Charlie Kirk was addressing an audience on the campus of Utah Valley University. While engaging with an audience member about mass shootings in the United States, Kirk was fatally shot in the neck and later pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. Investigators revealed that the gunman had been positioned on the roof of a building about 142 yards away from where Kirk was speaking. 2 people were arrested soon after the shooting, but were later released. Hours after the shooting, FBI released photos and videos of a suspect and asked public for help, and offered up to $100,000 for information in the case. The very next day, Tyler James Robinson was recognized by his parents in news images of the alleged shooter. They persuaded him to return to their home and immediately contacted a retired detective for help, a friend of a Robinson's father. The detective then called the sheriff and arranged Robinson's surrender. Robinson was taken into custody without incident. The following day, Governor Spencer Cox confirmed that Robinson was the only suspect. The manhunt had lasted a total of 33 hours. On September 16th, prosecutors charged Robinson with murder and announced they would seek the death penalty, alleging that the attack was politically motivated. In May 2021, Charlie Kirk married Erica Franceva, a former Miss Arizona USA businesswoman and podcaster. The couple welcomed their first child, a daughter, in August 2022, and their second child, a son, in May 2024. A memorial service for Charlie Kirk was held on September 21st, 2025, at State Farm Stadium in Arizona, attended by more than 90,000 people. Leaders from across the conservative movement paid tribute to him. In the wake of his death, the board of Turning Point USA appointed his widow, Erica Kirk, as CEO and chair of the organization, pledging to continue the mission that Charlie had built. If you found this story informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support helps us continue bringing you accurate and engaging content.